Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
What up? Welcome to the Tuesday KVJ After the Show podcast. Yeah. What up? Hello, everybody. Yeah. I'm looking through some of the emails that we got today. It's just always so amazing what is going to get people upset and what will be the controversy of the day. Today, 2 words, Red Cross.
Damn.
Craziness. Yeah.
Fired him up, Kev.
Oh, my gosh. And you know what? It was one of those, you can't win, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Because, here I am. I'm like, well, if you'd like to help, here's the number to the Red Cross.
Fuck you, Ralston.
I'd like to shove a Red Cross right up your ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. I mentioned, I'm like, can't believe how many people are giving me grief because I'm mentioning that for the Red Cross. Fuck you, I work for the Red Cross. We do great stuff for people, and now you're just making sure that people are going to die.
Quit trashing our company, you pussy. And they were very mean.
Both sides. Both sides. It was pretty amazing.
They were calling people,
Both sides.
They were calling our head people.
Yeah.
They were getting calls. That's when we've said something outrageous when they start calling outside of Denny's.
Yeah, all I did was just, I asked, I'm like, well, why did Red Cross get on? Why am I like, every time I mention the Red Cross, people are like wanting to kill me?
I'm just trying to help people from Hurricane Harvey. I'm not trying to die.
I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here.
I'm trying to do a good thing.
Look,
You're not trying to, rip anybody off.
I'm getting hate mail, I'm getting tweets, I'm getting texts, people call me an asshole. I'm like, what? What did I do? Jen T sent in this email. She said, I want to sound on a positive thing about the Red Cross. 5 years ago, my father lost his home and everything in it to a fire. We were devastated. The first thing that was a huge help to him was the American Red Cross. They were there at the scene the next day. They brought him lunch. They gave him toiletries, and they gave him a Visa card with money to help pay for lodging and food. I'm not going to say how much it was because some will say it was not enough. But you know what? They came immediately, and they did help us. It is amazing that the same people that may want to knock everything and everybody are the ones doing nothing. Just had to tell you that. Hashtag be cool.
And people, they take with whatever experience they've had. I know that Denny said that there were some veterans calling and they had some type of grievance, and I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he said he was getting multiple veterans calling. So I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah, well, I think, hey, look, first of all, it's your money. I would investigate any charity you ever give money to, and then when you give it, you have to just give it and say, hey, I hope that it's going to something good. It's kind of like people, I would never knock you if you want to give to somebody that's panhandling. You know, it's one of those things. It's your money, and you got to decide. And some may be going, you're just enabling him. He's going to go out and buy alcohol, and you're just hurting him. And
so that's what I would have done with it.
So,
maybe Virginia, people like Virginia and myself have a soft spot for a guy who wants to get his drink on.
Yeah, your heart's in the right place. Investigate, look into it.
He's probably going to buy a low-budget beer. I would have bought craft beer with it. Beer's beer.
Right.
But you're right, though. People, they can spend the money any way they want, and, at some point, you just have to let go.
That's really it. I mean, that's all you can do. And at that point, you just got to say, hey, look at the intentions of the people.
Exactly.
They're trying to help. And you're right. If you give somebody so much shit, they're going to be going, you know what? People get to the point where they go, fuck it, I'm not going to do anything.
I'm getting a pizza instead.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
Because you're just like, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with all the grief. I'm trying to do something good. I'm like, geez, forgive me. Tell you, a lot of people are all over this Joel Osteen, this preacher in Houston. He's been all over the place. He's got books, and he'll come down every now and then to American Airlines Arena. You see him on TV. He's one of the better known televangelists that's out there.
You could call him a rock star televangelist for sure.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. He's got hair that looks like it's just been in the same spot since like 1986.
It's too perfect.
It's a spiritual hair.
He's got Christian hair.
He's got Christian
That's what I call
hair.
it, Christian hair.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. No, I think his hair's great.
I don't like his look. He looks like he's up to something.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched his stuff. I got nothing about it, but people are all over him just questioning because he's got a very huge church. I think what it was, it used to be an arena like downtown. I think maybe the Rockets or something used to play there, and he got it converted to a church when the Rockets got a new arena. It's called Lakewood Church, and it's been a big story going on today because of the flooding that's going on. People are going, why isn't the church opening their doors? They have capacity of like 16,000 people, and so it got, how things can. It got trumped up on Twitter going, and then people were all over it. And the last thing I saw, somebody tweeted to me, there's some guy that was sitting out front of the church. He's like, this Terrence Williams. He's like, stay by your phones. I'm about to blast Joel Osteen. He will not shelter people, and there is no water near his megachurch. But he's accepting money, and so he's sitting out front and trying to blast him. CNN had to do a story on it, and they're talking about Joel Osteen had to come out and deny reports that they closed their doors to flood victims.
CNN's pretty credible.
I know, right? Yeah. So it was a big story. It's out there, and they had sent out on their church, Lakewood, they sent out some photos that was supposed to show some flooding within the church to say, look, no, we do have some damage. That's why we haven't opened it up yet to
the
people.
Pictures appear to be like the basement of the parking garage.
We don't.
So it's like below ground. Of course it's flooded.
We don't know what's happening. People put something on Twitter, and then all of a sudden it's the gospel. We don't know.
Yeah.
Let's wait for the facts.
Yeah, and then there's one here that looks like it's from inside. They've got like stairs and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. But there's one that's, down in like a basement area, and one that's somewhere like in a lobby or something. So anyway, they're having to defend themselves against people saying that they're not doing anything, not doing enough. And people are saying, oh, he lives in a $10 million mansion. Where's his donation?
Open that thing up to people.
Yeah. So
You probably house at least a couple hundred people in your mansion.
I'm sure they're on spin control right now.
Oh, they are.
They're fighting
They
it.
are just making sure shit is lined up. Oh, wait, we can have people in the church. You guys can come in. They are. Retract.
Well, just having to then I just have to look like they're doing something, I guess. So, yeah, they're on blast, too. Everybody on blast these days.
Everyone's on blast, Kev. You're on blast.
I'm always on blast.
I'm getting hate emails from the Kermit bit. I'm on blast. I noticed Sanicki kind of got out of here unscathed today.
Yeah, all she has is positive stuff, and in Jupiter magazine, whole article about how great she is. Everything about you and me were just the biggest dick faces on the planet.
No, trust me. Go look at my Twitter. There's plenty of you're a dick face comments.
I would say out of all the
such a harsh comment for a woman.
Out of all the forums, I would say the texting is the meanest. The texting is brutal. They really tear you apart on texting. Then Facebook, then Twitter. That's usually.
I get much more hate on Twitter. I don't know why.
Yeah, my hate's always on. My hate's on the texting.
Okay.
Yeah, it says Osteen prepares to open up church to the Harvey victims.
He's caving. He's like,
they're about to open the doors. Yeah,
better open this thing quick.
But you make some damage in here. Look like we got flooded a little bit.
Quick! Somebody release the plug on the baptismal pit.
Charles Clymer, who had provided some of the original evidence that the church had not been flooded, posted a photo to Twitter that showed air mattresses were being prepared for people. Former home of the Houston Rockets, the church is 16,000 seats, so spacious enough for big crowds. The church said in a Facebook post on Sunday morning that it is inaccessible due to flooding and directed residents to a list of other shelters. So that is the story on that. And I'm sure the church will be looking good after the whole thing. I mean, remember the Superdome? It came out all right.
Yeah, I mean, the Superdome got a massive facelift afterwards.
Yeah, but you remember how bad it was.
They tore that thing up. I mean, that thing was awful.
Yeah, hey, Joel, you might need a new church after this.
Evacuees will tear your shit up.
He's probably like, I don't want all these people in my church. They're going to be clogging up the toilets.
You ain't going to be having service for 2 years.
The Superdome was a disaster.
Taking in hurricane dumps. He's like, no, we're closed.
Oh, yeah. People are going to take dumps all over your church.
Oh, people clogged up all the toilets, and then people were just starting to poop in the seating part of the Superdome.
There's
I remember the stories of that. It was horrific.
It's awful.
Oh, it was god awful. They said you walked in there, the smell of the Superdome. They had to gut the whole thing. It took them like a year before they could open that. But I remember the ceremony they had.
Yeah, it was a massive renovation.
If the bathrooms are clogged, well, you got to go out because the bathrooms are ruined. Where do you go? The pews.
It was so out of control. There was people murdering people in there.
You're right.
Really?
People died in the Superdome.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was just poo and dead bodies all over the place.
Two, I mean, it was the last place of refuge.
Yeah.
Which means if you got no place else to go, the doors are open, but nobody's there trying to maintain any kind of anything.
Law.
It's lawless, baby. I'm sure Joel
Yeah.
Osteen's staff is going to be there checking people in, keeping tally of exactly who, has what.
Did they catch the murderers?
I don't remember all the stories. There were a couple stories that were going on there. I don't remember the specifics on it. I just remember the general.
People died in the Superdome. That's a fact.
Yeah, it was chaos. So, best of people over there. You all right there? Boxing your mic? You in a fight with your microphone?
All right.
Who won?
He's very mad about all this Joel Osteen stuff.
There's another one. What's the deal with you and that Exorcism? Is that still going to be going down?
Yeah, it's supposed to. I believe next week at some point. I know Anne's got some opinions on it that's not going well. I'm going to be talking to her about it today.
Got an email from Chase. He said, the Vatican has to sanction it. It says here you just can't get any priest. How it happens is once it's reported to your priest, he contacts the archdiocese, he does preliminary investigation and sends the findings to the Vatican. If the Vatican finds it worth looking into, the Vatican will send somebody. They then get a team of doctors and psychiatrists to rule anything out medically. Only after all medical possibilities are ruled out, the Vatican then sends a priest that specializes in exorcisms. Also, to let you know, an exorcism can go on for days, and the priests who perform it are often hospitalized for exhaustion and injuries. He needs to find out whomever emailed him has done this process. The Vatican is banned and lifted, then banned several times. It's been a while, so it might be banned now. Also, it has been banned in places and can be illegal. People have been jailed, gotten seriously hurt, and deaths have occurred during exorcisms.
Wow.
Jaybird, you have no idea what you're getting into if you do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do have a priest, and from what I understand, it's legit. And I'm supposed to go there just as a witness to film it if I want to. I'm not. I mean, I'm not.
Is it a real priest
Yes.
or is it a guy in a priest Halloween costume?
It's a real priest, I think. Yeah, it's a real priest.
Let me- Judas priest.
Let me quiz him.
I'm not gonna have you quizzed.
It's Rob Halford.
Can I speak to this priest?
Judas priest.
You got another thing coming.
Why would I not want to film if it's legit and it's got a priest there? Why would I not
I
want to?
don't want the devil jumping in you.
The devil ain't gonna get the bird. Trust me. You can't get this. You can't get me, devil.
Also got an email here. Listen to this, kind of crazy and horrifying. Patty said, my 13-year-old son went to the movies Friday night with a group of his friends. They were bullied by a group of 5 older boys who were cursing at them. The smallest boy called them a name, and they said the kids pulled a gun on him.
What?
I asked him where they were, and they said they were at the Publix at the Delray Marketplace. Not a place you'd expect to see gunplay amongst kids.
It happened to me when I was about 12 or 13. We were playing in our front yard, and there was these hot rodders driving by, and they were saying shit to us. So, me and my friends finally got the balls to, oh, yeah, so, say something to the car. And I remember, this is on my Dogwood Street. It was driving, it stopped, and then it reversed, and we were like, oh, shit, because they were clearly older than us. The guy came out, showed us like a rifle of some sort, and we screamed and ran, and then they took off. Could have been a BB gun, but still, it was a gun. Scared the
Dang.
shit out of us.
Look at you with the good story.
Yeah.
Where was that on the real show?
These. What the fuck? You too? The
I know,
audience,
right?
now you? We all can't get magazine articles. Get a fucking article written about her, and she's,
I know, riding high today.
walking around like she's hot soup.
She said they went in and told the store manager there at the Publix. They called the police. They got the car, pulled them over, searched the boys, but found nothing. My son and his friend all saw the gun. What is going on with these kids nowadays?
Well, I mean, it happened to me in the 90s, so I think kids have always been fuck faces. Not all kids, of course.
And yeah, you don't know that it was a real gun. It could have been a play gun.
Yeah.
The guy that pulled it on us wanted to scare the shit out of us, and he did. He had another one of his friends.
Yeah, I think it scares the shit out of me, too.
I've had a couple guns pulled on me in my time.
When you have a gun pulled on you, you don't know if it's real or fake.
Have you guys ever had a gun pulled on you?
Never.
I've had a cop pull a gun on me before. He
Really?
pulled me over. I was driving on PJ Boulevard, and I was driving my dad's Caprice. And I guess I was swerving, and it just didn't look right how I was driving. And I had my wallet underneath my seat. And as he's walking up, I'm grabbing it from my wallet, and he pulled out his gun and said, I'm just getting my wallet, He's like, don't you ever reach underneath for a wallet when a police officer's approaching your car. And then he went back to his car. He calmed down, and he was so different and nice, and then he let me go. It was very bizarre.
Wow.
Yeah.
He thought you were getting a gun.
He thought I was getting a gun. So just know when you're trying to reach for something as they're walking up, don't reach. Don't reach.
They say put your hands on the wheel, roll down all your windows. If it's nighttime, turn on your dome light and just be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Do not make any movements like you're going for anything in the car.
It was pretty horrifying. He went back to his car. It's almost like he went back to calm down a bit.
Because he thought he was about to get shot.
Yeah, and then he came up and said, hey, man, just, in a calmer voice, don't do that when a police officer's walking out. I guess what you should do is, hey, officer, my wallet is underneath the seat.
You put your hands on the wheel and you say, when he asks for your license, my wallet's underneath the seat. Can I get it? Mm-hmm. You have to ask before you do anything.
Yeah.
Don't just start doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Don't get all froggy.
Don't get froggy, because there's people shooting them at them every day. Mm-hmm. You got to understand where they're coming from.
I learned.
Big dummy.
All right. It was
got shot
20 years ago. Get off my ass.
Yeah, he's learned so much since then, Virginia. I mean, the Jaybird of today would never do something like that.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Do I sense a smuggy tone
I'm backing you up.
Oh, whatever. With that
defending
smug,
you.
fucked grin on his face.
What you want me to say? Did you just hear me defend him?
Kind of like yesterday. Oh, Jaybird, do you have a belt? Talking if I have a belt or not.
Well, I couldn't remember. We got so many belts around here. I forget I had that one. We got so many.
I see you, Smuggy.
Let me see here. Ronald said, hey, just the other side of the argument here on getting Pretty Woman. That's Pretty Woman is when you walk into a place and they don't want to serve you because they don't think you got enough money to like buy whatever their wares are, like Julia Roberts had done when she was shopping on Rodeo Drive back in the movie. And they're going, we think you need to leave now. I watched that scene yesterday.
Denny's got Pretty Woman in Boca.
Yeah. He went into one of the fancy stores here at Town Center, and they're like going, he's trying to buy a belt. And like going, shouldn't you maybe try to shop at PacSun?
Well, she also said something along the lines of, this is for paying customers. That's out of a movie right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's rude. Come on, lady.
Yep.
But she works on commission, too. You'd think, she doesn't know Denny's going to drop a C note?
Well, that's just it. I mean, maybe what they have seen and what their thought is, and this is not the right way to handle it, but I'm just trying to work through their thought process. They may have been in a situation before where with other salespeople, if they spend time on somebody and they almost, after doing it for a while, typecast a person, and they may have had instances that have happened several times where they spend time on somebody and the other person there winds up getting a big commission because they fit a certain profile. And for the most part, when you do profile somebody, yeah, there are a lot of times that it does come out true. You can never say it's always that case and that's always the instance, especially with people with money. Some people, dress like hobos and they've got tons of cash and they could drop a ton of money. But that might be it. Maybe they've lost a lot of big sales and their competitive, a-hole coworker took the money. And so now they're going, they got that thing. It's wrong.
You still
thinking.
can't be rude to people.
I agree.
Though.
I'm not defending. I'm just trying to say that might be what their mindset is.
Sure.
It may have been one day where somebody came in and dropped $10,000 and they're waiting on PacSun belt guy. And they're like,
who was vaping walking into the store?
Yeah. And they may have been like, dang.
And he did say to the lady, you have any more affordable belts? These are kind of expensive.
There were some things that, they might have thought maybe this guy isn't a high roller. Maybe he's just high.
Well, so were they actually just being helpful when they said maybe go to PacSun?
No, they were
affordable
dicky.
belts?
They were
okay.
They were
all right, I'm just trying to read through it.
Whose side are you on, Ralston?
Well, I'm on the side of truth.
Ralston's flipping.
I'm on the side of truth. Well, now as I start to investigate a little bit, Virginia, it's like going, if you were working there and like going,
no, they were dicks,
you got more affordable belts. You're like going, I don't know, maybe I don't.
He didn't
but maybe
say what Virginia's
but
fucking making up
But maybe
shit.
PacSun would be,
Virginia, that's
a place
not what
where you
happened.
can get great belts at a great price.
Denny's did say that he was like, oh, these are a little pricey.
He said that to
You
himself.
got regular belts?
Okay, if he said that, then
He said it on the radio.
Yeah, if he said that in the conversation, then
Denny's
maybe
got
they'd been
Pretty
like,
Woman. They were unjustly mean to my
okay,
boy.
All right, just always the victim, Virginia.
Hashtag Kevin Team Boca over here.
I'm on the side of truth, man. I don't want people
Denny's
to
got
get wrongfully fingered here.
He got his ass
I wasn't there.
Pretty Woman.
Okay.
You're talking about asses. You're talking about fingering. Like what?
I know, right? Ronald said, hey, I was listening to the segment about being Pretty Woman. It does happen a lot. I, however, am on the opposite side of the spectrum. I work at a retail store, and there are times where we are accused of ignoring someone when we aren't. One of those times, I was carrying an item out for a customer when I noticed another customer is just staring at me carrying the item. The item was pretty heavy, so I just wanted to get it into the customer's car. So I passed by this one customer as I'm helping out another one, and they're just staring at me. And then I freeze, and I turn before I walk out, and I say, man, did you need me to grab something, or can I help you out? She gets angry and says, no, I just can't believe you just ignore me and pass me by, and then walks away. It was very confusing. Just thought I would show you the opposite side of things.
Yeah, and that's...
People are jerks.
I agree on both ends, but Denny's, that's not what happened. Denny's was, without a doubt, Pretty Woman.
Pretty woman.
Vivian.
Yeah, okay.
And Denny's don't let me kiss him on the lips either, just like Pretty Woman.
He will or won't?
He won't.
Oh, okay. You sure about that?
You're right.
I don't believe you.
He might, maybe.
I bet you two make out.
Oh, yeah. We always make out, Virginia. That's exactly what you said. First of all, you sound like you're an 8-year-old. You guys probably go make out. Then she laughs at her.
David and Danny sitting in a tree.
Then she says a joke and then followed by like,
All that laughing.
oh, yeah. It's so awesome.
All righty. Well, got any comments for us? You can always send them to us via email, mail@kvjshow.com. A couple places to get some great food, Bud's Chicken and Seafood.
I'm going there today, and I'm eating a ton of food. And yeah, I'm going to get family style. Like you were making fun of me. If you get family style, then you have leftovers. That's why
true.
I do it. I love it.
Leftovers are awesome. Those Buds, the Buds macaroni and cheese is
I love it.
so good on a leftover style. Wait a day, it gets better.
Are you the kind of gal, or would you just look down upon us cretins that I take the sauce sometimes and I will mix it with my mac and cheese?
Depends on what sauce it is.
The bird sauce.
Okay, I would try that. I would try. You know what would be better with
I
it?
would try that.
The Buds sauce.
She's got a better
That's good.
suggestion.
With the mac and cheese, that might be really good.
It's good.
Okay.
Your suggestions are better, Virginia. You have an article in a magazine. I don't.
It's true. Dedicated just to her.
Oh, yeah. We got to kiss her ass.
Well, you're in my article.
You're right.
And for that woman who likes for photos of Virginia with her mouth open, you'll have plenty in that article.
Oh, is
There's a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
One woman hates your
Oh,
ass.
she's going to do a burn in the back of her yard with all those magazines.
Somebody put, I love when Virginia has her mouth open and she fires back immediately. Really?
Really?
It's a war.
If you like to see that article, you can go to our Facebook page and our Twitter. It is up there. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.